Welcome to A Veil of Crime, where we uncover the darkest and most tragic stories in true crime history. Tonight, we examine a case that shook America to its core, and it sparked national debates about mental health, postpartum psychosis, and justice. This is the haunting story of Andrea Yates. On June 20th, 2001, in a quiet Houston suburb, tragedy unfolded in a way that seemed unimaginable. Andrea Yates, a 37-year-old mother of five, drowned all five of her children, Noah, John, Paul, Luke, and Mary, in the bathtub of her family home. The children ranged in age from just 6 months old to 7 years. Afterward, Andrea calmly called 911 and her husband, Rusty Yates, to confess what she had done. Andrea's story did not begin with that terrible morning. A former nurse, she had been described as a devoted mother and a deeply religious woman, but her personal battles with mental illness spanned for years. She suffered from severe postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis, conditions that worsened with each childbirth. Family, friends, and even medical professionals noted her struggles, which included multiple suicide attempts. Her psychiatrist warned against having more children, but she and Rusty went on to have 5. In the months leading up to the tragedy, Andrea's mental state declined further. She was prescribed antipsychotic medications, hospitalized multiple times, and she was under the care of doctors who urged constant supervision. Despite this, she was often left alone with the children. Her psychosis deepened, fueled by religious delusions and the belief that she was a bad mother who was failing her children spiritually. On that June morning, after her husband left for work, Andrea carried out the unimaginable. Methodically, she drowned each child in the bathtub, placing their bodies on the bed afterward. When asked why, Andrea later explained that she believed that she was saving their souls from eternal damnation. Her statements revealed the devastating grip of psychosis. The case quickly became one of the most infamous in American history. The trial in 2002 drew nationwide attention. Prosecutors argued for justice on behalf of the 5 innocent children, while the defense emphasized Andrea's long documented history of mental illness and the failures of the mental health system. Initially, Andrea was convicted of capital murder and she was sentenced to life in prison. However, in 2006, an appeals court overturned the conviction due to false testimony from an expert witness. In her retrial, Andrea was found not guilty by reason of insanity, and she was committed to a high-security mental health facility in Texas, where she remains to this day. The Andrea Yates case left behind enduring questions. How should society treat mentally ill offenders? Was enough done to protect Andrea and her children before tragedy struck? Could better mental health care have saved lives? Her case spurred greater awareness of postpartum depression and psychosis, leading to advocacy and reforms, but the debate over justice and accountability continues. The story of Andrea Yates is not only one of loss, but also of a system grappling with the intersection of mental health and criminal justice. It remains a tragic reminder of what happens when warning signs go unheeded. Andrea Yates's case is remembered as one of the most harrowing examples of maternal mental illness spiraling into tragedy. Her story forces us to confront difficult questions about responsibility, compassion, and the urgent need for stronger mental health support. As we lift the veil on this crime, we remember Noah, John, Paul, Luke, and Mary Yates, 5 young lives taken far too soon. This has been another episode of A Veil of Crime. If you found this episode meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to support A Veil of Crime and ensure that these stories and their lessons are never forgotten.